I was like, is it coming on or not? How's it going, guys? Welcome to Tuesday training, second last one of 2020. What a crazy year. I'm sure you'll all agree. It's been insane. But welcome, guys. Say hi as you come on. I don't see any comments coming. Oh, yes, I do. There we go. Hey, Adele. Hey. Adele, always going, hey? Say hi as you come on, and let us know if you're watching the replay too. So if you didn't catch it live and you're going to end up watching the replay, let us know. Hey guys, we got Grant and Crean and Adele from Ontario. Oh, sorry, Adele from Quebec. Grant and Crean from Ontario. Mike and Jess from BC. Oh, that one I can't see. Shelly, the best ever. Okay, guys, so here's the thing. 2020 kind of sucked, right? It was pretty tough year. So even with the most optimistic of us and trying to, grab all the silver linings, there's only so much you can grab, right? It was a bit of a tough year, but and we're ready to leave it behind, right? Anyone with me? You ready to leave 2020 behind? Throw it in the comments. Yes, woohoo, whatever. I know I'm definitely ready to leave 2020 behind. So let me see. Hey guys, everyone. Thanks for joining us. So we're going to go through two exercises tonight, because here's the thing about 2020. It's like, okay, it wasn't great. What are we going to do about it, right? There was more roadblocks. There was more obstacles. There was more no's. There was more uncertainty. There was more fear. There was more craziness than what most of us are used to. Even those of us that have been through real estate depressions, recessions, booms, and the whole cycle over and over again, like in the last 18 years like we have, it was still a pretty tough year. So you guys, hey Danusha and Nicole, awesome. Hasta la vista, baby, right, Grant? So we're glad to let it go, but you know what? The problem is that the momentum is so contagious. Momentum is so important. And the momentum that a lot of us lost in 2020, because just pure circumstance, it was really tough to progress in 2020. So we want to get rid of it, but we don't want to take that same momentum into 2021. So we're going to go through two exercises today that just helps to reset. We've got another week left before we hit 2021, and now's the time to start. Well, before this is the time to really be starting to plan these things. But a lot of it is mental and emotional energy. So we're gonna talk a little bit about some of that stuff. So we're also going to interview Gord and Joan Latchuk, because they've come a long way in 2020. But funny how we are to ourselves. They didn't see it or feel it or believe it until they did this exercise that they went through. So, certainly it's a good one. We're going to follow their lead and talk to them a little bit about what they did accomplish, what's going on for 2021 next year for them, and, jump on that train of optimism and resets and new starts for going into the new year. So, I saw someone was at a ski resort. That's amazing. Hey, Carissa. Out with the old and in with the new, right, Jen? Yeah, we're ready. All right, guys, so we're going to go through this exercise here, and we're going to, do it together. But before we do, I just want to bring on Gord and Joan. And how do I do this? I want to bring them on. I want to talk to them about what they did and what change that's made for them, because they've made great strides in the last year, though it's really hard to see it sometimes. Hey, guys.
Hello. Hello.
It's a little bit. Hey, I'm just going to see. There. I think that's better. Yeah. Awesome. So thanks for joining me. I'm really bad, as a lot of you fearless guys know, I'm really bad, and I don't actually, plan ahead very well. So we had tonight planned, but it wasn't until this afternoon I was like, hey, Gord and Joan are an awesome example of this, so we're going to bring them on. So you guys are from Calgary. You've been investing since when?
We've been investing since about 2016. I mean, we've always done well in our own primary private residences, but it wasn't really until 2016 when we learned how to leverage, and that really gave us a step up.
Yeah, for sure, right? So you guys started investing, you did some private lending deals, and your goal, so when I spoke to you right before you joined Ignited last year, a year and a half ago, I remember your goal was to replace Gord's income. He'd retired from oil and gas. He had a nice income, but he lost his passion for it and didn't want to have to continue in that field. So fast forward, let's talk about, so that's, we know where you're at. But how did you feel about 2020? If I had asked you 3 weeks ago, how was 2020 for you guys? What would you have said or been feeling?
Well, I would say it's been the last couple of months I've really changed my mindset. Gordy was always kind of there, more so than I was, but I was always watching everyone else and acquiring properties and killing it is what I say. But I had to take a step back and kind of realize what we had been doing. Even though we weren't maybe acquiring properties a lot, we still had a lot going on.
Our path is just different.
I love it. Yes. So 3 weeks ago, you could have said, like, you know what? We're watching everyone else do this, and here we haven't really done much. But I want to read a piece of a post that you had posted, Joan, and I loved it. So you said, it's been brought to my attention that maybe I don't give Gordy and myself enough credit in our lives and our business. Gordy's been retired from oil and gas since 2017. Here goes our 2020 year. So you sat down, and what sparked this, Joan? You sat down, you did this exercise of, okay, what did I accomplish in 2020? What sparked that?
Well, it was a post from another Ignited member, and she had mentioned something about not taking leaps and I think kind of struggling a little bit as well. And I just commented on her post saying, you know, we're certainly not taking leaps, but we're moving forward. And that's where my accountability coach, Mel, she caught me.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And she said, you know what, go back. You are making leaps. And so then that really made me think, I got to kind of step back and really write out what we have done and prove to myself that, yeah, we are doing great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I loved how, so Melanie does the accountability calls in our Ignited group, but she's also this like mind power, as you'll see her on Mondays, right? She's this mind power, all about, it's in our mindset. It's in what we, our self-talk. What are we telling ourselves? So can I read some of your list? Would that be okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you sat down and first of all, which this is a huge one, as many of us investors know, it didn't go this way for everyone. In 2020, all of your tenants were able to continue paying rent.
Absolutely.
That's a big thing. You also had looks like a US partnership, limited partnership that you had invested in. Those payments continue to come into your bank account every quarter.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So you didn't lose the income that you had already had going into 2020. That's a big win in this day and age right now. Yeah. Number 2, you were able to lend your RSPs to 3 different RSP mortgages, as well as, which is one I love, Gord, you were able to help your sister to also learn how to private lend as well.
Yeah. So that's been a good learning experience for her. And again, I just got paid for an RSP mortgage, and I've already got the funds allocated for a new one.
So for those that don't know, that was a goal of yours, right, Gord? You had these RSPs that weren't doing that much for you, and you wanted to lend them out privately into second mortgages and kind of like get that down pat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it interesting that now when people want to know how to do it, you're the expert that they go to? Really? Yeah, you are. But it's because, so a year ago, you wouldn't have pictured that. And here you are now. So celebrating successes sometimes fills our momentum and our confidence. And would you guys say you're going into 2021 with more confidence than you did into 2020?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I would say so, for sure.
Again, a year ago, I wouldn't have been sitting here doing this.
Right? It's true. Like, so much can change in a year. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, you also sold your family cabin. Now, when I talked to you about this earlier, Joan, you said, I feel bad saying that one a little bit because, maybe people don't have a family cabin to sell. So it's like, of course, they're going to look at you and go, oh, well, of course you did good in real estate this year. You sold a family cabin. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, the cabin has been listed for sale for 3 years, and it's on a leased property, so we were never able to rent it out and make income off of it. And we're 8 hours away, so it became more of a burden, I guess, as much as we love it when we're there. But we could just see the equity sitting there, and we have leveraged it and we were using it, but not to its full potential. And so it was big for us to be able to sell that cabin and free up capital for us and eliminate expenses, which therefore increases our cash flow. And that's what we needed.
And when you go back to your goals, what your goals were, you think to yourself, okay, I'm going in, I need to buy so many properties. But really, your goal was to eliminate expenses and elevate your income.
Absolutely.
So by hitting that and by doing that, that did bring you closer to your goal. So every time we're looking at our goals and what we want, and decisions that we're going to make, we have to say, does selling this cabin, and we went through this exercise with you guys, right? We said, like, does selling this cabin get you closer to your goal or further away? Like, and breaking down the numbers and deciding, and it was a win to do it. So you did it. Okay. So that's number 3. Number 4, the Smith maneuver. So tell us about that in a nutshell.
Well, we read the book and we knew with having the capital coming back from the cabin, and it works. And we knew our primary mortgage was coming up for renewal. So it just timing for us, for everything to work for in 2020 worked out perfectly for us.
There you go. That's awesome. So
took that equity, paid down our mortgage, and now we've basically taken our mortgage payments from $2,100 a month. Now we're sitting with what we paid down on our mortgage. We're down to $1,200 a month with our new
amortization and new rate for our mortgage.
So it's made a world of difference, eliminating the cost of the cabin along with these changes to be able to pay down our mortgage. And so it adds a lot to your bottom line every month.
I remember when we did the numbers on it in that laser session, I think it was like between $1,800 and $2,100 a month, a difference that was going to make for you guys. Like, that's a salary. That's a straight up salary.
Absolutely. So it was a big win for us.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so the Smith maneuver, just so you guys know, we are having Rob Smith on the on Fearless, so Tactical Tuesday, on January 19th and January 26th, and then on the 26th he'll be coming into Laser to do Q&A directly with Igniteds as well. So anyone who's been wondering about the Smith maneuver, definitely, we've heard about it, we understand the basics behind it, so that you can pay off your mortgage faster, for one. But for 2, there's also other accelerators, things that will help make your interest deductible on your mortgage and all that kind of stuff on your primary residence. So right now we pay a lot of interest to the banks on our primary homes, and we can't deduct that. It's not deductible.
And our plan for 2021 is, our goal is to have our mortgage paid off in 3 years, but our plan for 2021 is to implement one of those accelerators. We already have implemented one, and
2 technically.
And so,
So we do our 3rd, and that should hopefully eliminate our mortgage within the 3 to 5 year time frames.
Yeah, crazy, right? So leaps and bounds, you guys. And I love how, Joan, you just sat down and said, okay, what have we done? Because we don't want to keep feeling like everyone else is getting ahead of us and everyone else is doing better. So what have we done? And when you put it on paper, I mean, This is life changing. Between the mortgage and the change in your payments, the income increase that you did, and the expenses decrease that you did, that's life changing. You've changed your life.
And once we get our basement suite finished, that'll pay the rest of our mortgage. So
Perfect. Number 6 thing, basement conversion. Remember the very first time we talked, you were like, we want to make it into an Airbnb, or we want to rent it out as a suite. We're not using our basement to the full benefit that it can be. So you've gotten on that. You're going to be done that pretty soon, hey?
yeah.
Should be done in January.
Awesome. That's crazy.
Painting and kitchen install for Christmas. That's our Christmas gift.
Perfect. The life of an investor, hey? Good
Yeah.
investor life. Okay, so you also did another private lending opportunity. You're now working with a joint venture partner. You are starting on developing 6 lots. You've got a bunch of stuff worked out. You're looking for private lenders now yourself. You're looking for RSP funds. You're taking joint venture partners. What do you got going on in 2021?
Go.
Well, we'll get our basement suite finished and get that rented out.
And be like mortgage free, like you'll be living for free at that point?
Yep.
Awesome.
And then we'll get our lots developed, and well, working on the marketing right now. So we've got, with our partners and everybody else, we've got the website pretty much ready to go to launch. We've got to close on our first 3 lots. And then, we'll be able to start getting everything advertised. And we're going to have another meeting with the builder, try to get the profit share worked out with regards to that. Once all that's on board, then we should be ready to start building here in the new year.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
And because we partner with somebody fabulous, we've already gotten our first initial what we needed to get some lots closed. So our initial ask for money, and we got that within about 3 hours. So
yeah,
we're rolling.
I totally believe it. We're rolling. I believe it. So, and I know you guys are always, like, you're helping people all over the place, even from your motivated vendors, helping them find solutions without you being involved, and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, how do they reach out to you? If they have questions about what you're doing, or just need some advice, or just need a little bit of whatever, how do they reach out to you?
Well, probably best to reach out on my Facebook profile page, as well as I guess
I'm not on mine as much as I should be.
Me neither.
I'm still trying to work on him to get a little bit more onto Facebook, but he goes in spurts. And but
yeah, that's okay. You got it covered.
I try. So I would try to reach out on email or on Facebook.
Okay. And it's Joan
Lachuk.
Okay, say it again.
Joan Dorsch, Dorosh, Lachuk, Latchuk. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, you guys. Thank you for sharing and showing us what can be done, because I know it hasn't been an easy journey for you. And there's been times where you sat there going, when's it going to happen for us? Like, when's it going to be our turn? It's definitely your turn. You so deserve it. And thanks for sharing that exercise that you did, because it's perfect, and we're going to copy you tonight.
Well, thank you. It was, like I said, it was a help from Mel as well, because she kind of gave me a little kick. So
she's good at that.
She's perfect at it. And yeah, it does make us really realize that we are doing good.
Yeah,
just
you are
a little bit different than others. That's all.
Exactly. I love hearing you say that, Gord. Okay, guys, so we're going to let you go, and then we're going to go into this exercise. So thanks again for sharing, and congratulations. Can't wait
Thanks
to see
for having us, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
See you guys.
Bye.
I don't know if I'm doing this right. Did that go well? Okay, I think it's okay. Okay, guys, so hopefully that gives you, some motivation and looking at it and saying, okay, everyone gets their time, everyone gets their turn. This is still possible. This is still good. This still happened. That all happened in 2020. You know, a year that typically wasn't the best year for most. But it all came together. And it will for you too. It's just that one step in front of the other and never giving up and never stopping. So, yeah. Okay, guys, let's do a little mini version of what Joan did. So I want you to just take a couple of minutes here. I'm just literally going to time it for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. And I want you to just write down, what did you accomplish? So, you know, was it reducing expenses? Was it upping your income? Was it, you know, whatever, getting yourself out of some debt? Was it learning about something? Was it knowledge? Was it increasing your network? Can you explain a strategy that you couldn't explain at the beginning of 2020? A really tough strategy that was confusing to you, maybe private lending or, you know, RSPs or agreements for sale or assignments, or, you know, do you understand something more than you did before? Put it in the chat, guys. If you feel that you understand something more, you accomplished one of your goals, you did something tangible that you can think of, you understood the Smith maneuver, whatever that might be, can you put it in the chat for me if you feel that you, looking at it now, okay, fine. Maybe I did accomplish something. Maybe I did, fine. Nicole, how about those of you that got on social media? How about those of you that started all of a sudden, now you've got like crazy amounts of people in your network that you never knew a year ago. You never knew a year ago. Private lending, yes. Carissa, that's awesome. Come on, Igniteds, where are you? I know you guys have taken leaps and bounds for sure. Brian, you've been doing so much stuff. Deb, motivated vendors. Can anyone say motivated vendors? Okay, so private lending was a big win this year. Awesome, Jen. And throughout, having, you know, 2 little ones at home and 2 adults working from home in the same space, like, oh my goodness, crazy. Mel, you've got lots that's measurable. Even just your goals financially. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk. But yeah, there's so much stuff that we've done. Solomar increased your network. Now you're working on a 4-plex or 6-plex? 6-plex. You know, so much stuff. Adele used TFSAs as a down payment on a multiplex. So that's a cool thing. The beauty of that is that to teach people the power of their TFSA, you get people lining up to give you money, right? They really, really, really do. And Danuja, with your private lending and all the stuff that you're doing, it's really cool to watch. Okay, so for those of you that are at home, take the time, spend a few minutes. What did I accomplish? Because here's the thing. If we take negativity, feeling like we didn't accomplish our goals, you know, if we take that stuff into 2021, it's really going to be hard to really buck up and get some momentum when we're entering a new time feeling that way. So write down what it is that you've got going on, that you accomplished, that you needed. Yeah, see, George, you bought your first rental property. 3 private lending deals. 3. Craziness. Just like in the last week even, right? I think 2 of them were. You scaled up, Dave. Awesome. Nice. Awesome. Simon, you no longer think you can't afford. Now you can see that there is a way to make it work, and that's huge too. Belief. Did you just get inspired by belief and hope by meeting other people that are actually doing it, not reading a book and saying, well, where are these people? And hearing a theory, but not knowing anything about it, but actually seeing that these things are possible. You lent out your RSPs. Awesome. This is good stuff. Joined Ignited. We love having you guys. You did land development. You maxed out your TFSA. You bought 2 multifamily properties. That's pretty amazing stuff. This is good stuff. So take the time, guys. Yeah, Andre and Sylvie, your first multi-unit, 2 more to come in the next 3 months. This is really good stuff, but sometimes we don't know. We don't stop and think about it. We think we're just caught still in that tires spinning and not getting anywhere. But It's coming. It's coming, you guys. And I love this one about the Smith maneuver. Like mastering the 3 offer strategy. So I have a feeling you're an ignited. I can't see who you are, but how to offer opportunities to others. All of this stuff is so important. Oops, sorry, Mel. Anyways, okay. Oh, that was Terry? Oh, hey, Terry. So Terry, Oten, and Nimo. Okay, we're going to go through an exercise. We're going to walk through this one a little bit slower. We're going to do it together. So hopefully everyone has a pen and paper. And we're going to just do it's not specific, okay? It's not a really specific goal exercise. It's kind of a high level one. But it's just going to kind of set your mind. And as you know, Melanie does our Mind Power Mondays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. She's got some very cool stuff coming for January. So hang in for that. But we know that our focusing our attention and our effort in one spot is what's going to get us success. It's that focus so that our habits can kick in that really, really can actually create momentum and success. So here's our exercise. I love that. There we go. Spin your tires. Heat them up. Create smoke. I always say it's like spinning your tires in snow because here, if you get stuck in snow, it's like you spin. It's like it feels like you're just working so hard. You can hear the engine going. You're not getting anywhere. But as soon as someone gives you that push or you get that one leg up or whatever it is that gives you just that little bit of traction, then all of a sudden you're flying. You have to put the brakes on because all of that pent up energy that you expended for so long that felt like it wasn't getting anywhere can really catapult you. And so that's what we see as investors is we see people really catapult after feeling like they've been spinning their tires for a really long time. So okay, for 2021 I want you to choose 3 of these areas. Okay, 3 areas of growth. Again, this is a high level, not a detailed goal exercise, high level that we can do all together that just sets our mind in kind of a pensive mode of figuring out what we want to do. So 3 areas of growth. Here's your choices. These are some choices. You can choose whatever you want. Relationships, professional or personal. It can be your parents, your children, your spouse. It can be your realtor, your broker, your accountant, or your network in general. Skills or knowledge. Your environment, where you work, what you do, what you look at. If you're working in a home office, what is it looking like? Does it inspire you? Are you looking at a wall? What do you need to change? Fitness, mental, physical fitness, emotional fitness, spirituality, financial position. Again, that can be income going up or that can be, expenses going down. So, do you have a goal that you want to keep in mind? We're not going to pinpoint your goal today, but what 3 areas of your life do you want to see changed in 2021? Is that a work direction, adventures or travel, your community? Is it, skills, knowledge, financial, spiritual, fitness, mentally, physically, emotionally? Choose 3 of those things, okay? Choose 3. Woo! Oh, I see. Okay. The max of TFSA is 69,500, for this year. So, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, the TFSA thing. So choose 3 of those things, and I want you to just gauge how well are you doing in those things. Out of 10, I want you to rate it. So let's say your relationships with professionals. Let's say you know some, but you really haven't built a relationship. It's more like an acquaintance. So could that be a 5 or maybe a 6? Let's see systemization. Have you systemized your business? So, if you have, is that at a 3? Or is that at a 7? Your community. How much are you giving to your community? That can be your online work community, like in Facebook groups like we have right here. Or that, can be, your home community. So these goals don't have to just be work related. They can be in many other things, but spiritually, financially, So you got those and you've got them rated, right? Who's brave enough to share what theirs is and how they feel they're doing in it, whether it's good or for bad? Continue to build investor relationships, social media presence. That's awesome, Andre. And continued professional growth. Yeah, so knowledge and skills, right? Knowledge and skills. Okay, so those 3 areas, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Andre. New investor relationships, social media, and professional growth. Giving and serving others, of course, Brian, that doesn't surprise me. How are you doing in them? Now, if at the end of 2021, you can look back and say, I hit those goals. So Andre, you found and built relationships with investors to invest with you on your multiplexes. You're doing okay on social media. You're getting out there a little bit and you're starting to create new connections that way. And you've grown professionally, learned all the things you need to learn. How will you feel at the end of 2021? And here's some words. Again, these are just ideas. I actually printed a list of 228 of them. But here's some ideas. Oh, hang on, where is it? Oh, you know what? I don't even have it with me, and I have the wrong list here. How will you feel? Will it be relaxed? Will it be confident? Will it be accomplished? Will you feel worthy? Will you feel like you deserved it? Will you feel proud of yourself? Will it feel freeing? What's 1 or 2 words that you can find and put down that if you can accomplish bringing these 3 things that you chose to let's say a 9 or an 8, does it feel like, how's that going to feel for you? Chris, I love how engaged you are. It's so awesome. Foundational component for sure. Come on, Harry. I see it. That's awesome. Good job. Touch base with Harry if you want to know more info on that, Ken. It's an awesome strategy. It's an awesome strategy, and he's more than equipped to tell you exactly. They're amazing people and lots of fun too. Okay, so if you can thrive in this in 2021, feeling relaxed and confident, if you can do that, what qualities are you missing right now? What quality? Grateful and freeing. I love that, grateful. I missed that one. Good one. What qualities will you need to show up with to make that happen? Oh, sorry. I'm not good at doing this on my own. It would give me great pride to know that I was able to accomplish these goals, right? Empowered. Ooh, I like it too. Yes. Incredible to be where my inner spirit, ooh, I love it, is constantly encouraging me to be. Deb says empowered, for sure. Great pride. Grateful and freeing. It's, ooh, yeah, consistency. It's a big one. What quality will I need? Danielle says consistency. Yes. Discipline, confidence. Maybe you need to be, I found this one an interesting one. Maybe you need to be agreeable. What does that mean? And I kind of looked at it in the context of this. You know, sometimes we go into strategies or new relationships or new programs, systems, and we think, yeah, well, prove it. And we have this kind of shell first. Maybe we've been burnt in the past. But sometimes we just have to learn to be more agreeable. Say yes first and then prove otherwise. Like go in with the yes instead of going in with the no. But do your due diligence to make sure that this is a good thing for you. But do you need to be more agreeable, enthusiastic? Do you have to just be more efficient? Maybe you know everything, but you're just a really bad time manager. That's like me. I got the stuff down and maybe in my head, but I'm a bad time manager. Do you have to be courageous? You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. Focused. Nice, Dave. You got to focus. And to focus, oftentimes you need discipline and you need clarity, right? Commitment. Oh, I love this. I just got to go back to Andrea's. It will be Not it would feel, but it will be excitement, gratitude, and freedom and groundedness. I love this. I love all these words. I'm going to have to write these. Really, really good stuff. I know you got my back. I always do. So courageous, focused, patient. I love that, Jen, because this game takes a lot of patience. Innovative. Maybe we have to be really innovative or creative. Maybe what we plan to do in real estate investing is not really working out for us. Like Joan and Gord said, our path may be different than the one that we thought we would take or that we see others taking. Maybe we have to get really innovative, creative, and open to new ideas and new thoughts. Maybe we just have to be active. Maybe we have to be studious. Maybe we have to learn more. Maybe we have to be leaders, take on leadership more. Leadership in the community, like Gord and Joan, for example, such good examples, is, you know, they're able to go into helping other people now doing private lending. When people have a question, Gord always says, oh, just let me know, we can set up a call. And he's helping, he's become their expert in private lending now. So, you know, all of these things, honesty, accessibility, sometimes we just need to like get our information out there a little bit and answer our phones. That's a problem I have too. Being clear, having clarity, dedication, openness, belief, confidence, discipline, efficiency, enthusiasm, honesty, leadership, courageousness, innovative, active, and studious. So here's the thing about these things, guys. The reason we don't have some of these things is it's often tied to a fear. There's three main fears in the human psyche. We have fears of all kinds of things, you know, the dark, the boogeyman, spiders, whatever, failing, working too hard, getting embarrassed, having rejection. But they come down to, all of those things generally come down to three major types of fear. And it's fear of loss. So, and I talked to one lady years ago that I'll never forget. She said, I've been to seminars and they tell me that I'm going to have to give up my friends. And that my net worth is, how did she put it, is reflected in the 5 people that I hang out with the most. And she said, my family is poor and so are my friends, but I love them. And I don't want to give that up. And I am resisting. I don't know if anyone of you guys have ever felt that way or heard that, but I've heard it a number of times since. That was the first time I heard it though. But she didn't want to give up her life that she had now. She had fear of loss in the life that she has now versus, the life that she was wanting to work for. And she was kind of shooting herself in the foot about it. And that's, something that we see actually happen a lot. I don't know where my other paper is. Hang on. I had a quote to read you, but nope, not going to happen. So fear of loss is one. Fear of outcome. So fear of failing is basically that one. So you put your mind onto something, you want to try it, you have a timeline established for yourself, and then you don't make it. You decide you want to raise money from money partners, and you think you're going to be able to do it. You get out there and you start talking to people, and you think that they're just going to be lining up to talk to you and lining up to throw their money at you, and you don't get their money. Those checks are not being written. Rejection. That can be an outright no, we're not interested, or sometimes they just ghost you. And that's pretty sucky. Like, it's a pretty crappy place to sit when you're sitting there needing to do this major change in your life, needing the partners to do it, and you're not getting there. So fear of failure. And the last one is fear of the process. So if you have the, idea that this is going to be a big, mountain that you're going to have to climb, fear of the process, it's going to take too long, it's going to be too hard, you're not going to be able to do it all, manage your time around it, give it the effort that you should. All of these things are based, everything comes down to these three things. Not everything, but a lot of things come down to it. So which one of these things is holding you back this year? That's our final question in this exercise. Which one of these things is holding you back this year? Is it the fear of loss of what you have now? is the fear of the process, thinking it's just too much and you don't have systems to follow or a team to back you, or is it fear of rejection and failure where you're internalizing what it's going to be? And all of these things, there is a solution for it. So decide which one it is that's holding you back, or maybe all of them a little bit, and then write down right beside them. Oh, actually, so we have this fear, we have this in a worksheet. And hey, hun, how do they get the worksheet? Oh, there we go. Corey's sharing the link in the chat, as you can see. So if you want to get this worksheet and walk through this, exercise yourself, but nothing's holding you back. I love it. I'm on my horse and I'm a-blazing. I love it. But write down what it is that's holding you back. If you've got something that's holding you back, you need to write down what it is and how you're going to fix it. So don't take 2020's momentum into 2021. Go into it with a reset, with a new balance in your mind as to what you plan to do and how you plan to do it, and fear of process, right? What if I don't get too busy? What if I don't have systems in place to support my awesome goals? You do have some amazing goals. What if you end up working 24/7, which is not what we're at here at Investor Life, right? We become investors to get freedom, not buy ourselves more work, for sure. And that is really, really honest of you. Really honest of you. So now, if that's the fear, now what are you going to do to back that up? What are you going to do to make sure that you don't have to worry about those things? So systems in place. If that's your fear, work on that one. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to have a system in place for managing those things, whether that's a software system, a tried and true process for it. You're going to find it. You're going to just do it. That's all you're going to focus on. That's it. All three, Sarah. You're so cute, but you're doing so good. You're doing so good on your own. After you're going to end up working 24/7. So you're doing it, Mel. You're partnering with people, and that's going to take a lot of stuff off your plate. Maybe your gig is going to be, you're going to partner with people that can do the time, can put the work in, because you don't have all that time, but you've got management, you've got skills, you've got project management, the trades, you can analyze properties, you can find deals. So bring that to the table, and don't bring all of that other stuff. So anyways, fear of failure, not so much complete failure, but messing up and having to clean it up. Yeah, totally. I was really afraid of just failing, of trying really, really hard and putting myself out there and being seen by other people, and then not being able to do it. So I used to go around to real estate events with properties. It was on, little paper, sheets, whatever, and I would show people the properties that we were looking to buy. We were wanting to joint venture, and I would walk around doing this, and everyone in the room knew that I was there looking for money. And inevitably, the next month, someone would say to me, "So did you get that one closed? Did you get that one closed? So what happened with that deal? Did you find the money partner for it? Did you get a private land for it?" And I hated if I had to say no. I felt embarrassed. It felt like a loser. It felt like a failure. But yet, in order to do that, I had to step out and be public about it, or else I wasn't going to find people. So it was really tough to wrap my head around. But anyways, Jen, I love that. Fear of overcommitting myself and not having the time. So what can you do? Can you put systems in place? Can you hire, there's such great virtual assistant stuff lately. Easy to find. There's Fiverr. Can you partner with someone? Can you resolve not to do the property management then? I know you're really good at property management. You manage your place from afar even. Can that go so that you can build bigger dreams? So what is it, right? Fear of judgment from family and friends. Huge, right? You fail at this, they're going to go, "Why didn't you stick to your day jobs? You guys both have amazing jobs. You and Chris, why didn't you stick to them?" Whatever it might be. Oh, I see. Is this Corey? Is this you? Worksheet will be printed tomorrow morning. Oh no, sorry. I can't see who you are, but anyways, yeah, thanks for commenting. It's great. Okay, so you guys, that, again, we're not going into detail, but we've been talking to so many people lately that feel that 2020 grabbed all their momentum. It stole all of their options. It stole all of their, dreams and thoughts and intentions. So many things became a no in 2020. And we just want to remind you that, you don't have to, go into 2021 like that. Joan and Gord are amazing examples. They just sat down and she wrote out 7 things that they had done. And I would love to see, I know that the number we had talked about just with the one strategy was between $1,800 to $2,100 a month, something like that. And I know that from what you said tonight, you've decreased your expenses even more and you increased your income even more. So how much did that make a difference for you every month? What you did in 2020. I venture to guess, like I said, that's a retirement. That's life-changing stuff. Gord doesn't have to go back to work. That's life-changing. So anyways, sit down and do the exercise, guys. The one that Joan did, we'll bring it up to the top of our Fearless page just as soon as we're done this so that you guys can all see her post. And then do, the worksheet. It's good for you, good for everyone. So thank you. There's a little extension in here because I had a mishap. I always have hair mishaps because anyways, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. We have Robinson Smith that's coming at the end of January for the Smith Maneuver. And for those of you that don't already know, we will post things until then that can help you kind of get prepped for that because it's a little bit in depth, but amazing strategy that can really help you out. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you. Ignatius will jump over into laser. We have we have Lee coming to help us with, figuring out mortgage insurance and what's the best way to insure your mortgages, and when you have joint venture partners involved too. So that's what we're doing over in laser right away here. So we'll see all you guys over there, and the rest of you have a great night. We'll see you next Tuesday, and cheers, everyone.